The Pats at the line, ready to go. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive. Something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here.
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And this one is incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit if they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
He'll bite, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Matthew Judon in there to take him down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Back to throw here.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Jackson going to tuck it down on the option.
And he stopped immediately there. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Call it no gain on the keeper. It's going to bring up the 4th down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to read.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety valve.
It looked like two well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0.
So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Throwing Jones. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And shedding the tackle, and now some room.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Give them maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. 17-0 our score after 1.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Off the play fake. Jones. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
A man who missed all of 2021, this is J.K. Dobbins.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he's got his tight end, that's Andrews. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right.
Finds his man over the middle. It's likely. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Jackson.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Off the option, here's Edwards.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go play action with Jackson.
Throw over to the running back, Gus Edwards.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one goes for 30 yards. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Ravens continue to pull away here in this first half.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead is now 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. New England
in with a first down as they begin the drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
From the 35 on second down, Jones. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time, but nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Jones now on 1st and 10. And now here's another interception.
Jones picked by a familiar face, his Bama teammate Jalen Armour Davis. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
What a run there. I mean, you got speed, elusiveness, escapability, all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached. They get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. You want those guys who have speed, elusiveness, and escapability all rolled into one with the ball in their hands. And guess what? It's him. So there's no sense in throwing it or handing it off when you can do all of that yourself. Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
On second down, a run with Dobbins.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have opened the lead up to 30.
Tucker with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half.
Justin Tucker in the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where...
There he goes, right side. Past the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 78 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make...
He will find his tight end Smith for a Patriot touchdown.
Jonnu Smith, his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Patriots are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
Fulk connects on the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking deep downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Takes it at the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a third down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Steps away to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
To throw again on second down. Jackson, and his throw is going to be incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Jackson now. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 38-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Jackson going to run.
And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Jackson. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now it's Jackson.
Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. This complete to Henry over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now a first down carry for Harris. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Back to throw. Jones being chased out left. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Jones throwing on fourth down. And this is Parker, complete.
And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Looking to throw. Jones. Complete. It's Henry.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Ravens are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kid who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Jackson finding his tight end Andrews for the Ravens first down.
They'll try and run right on the option. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction. And that leads us to 2nd and 15. To throw is Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off.
And the Patriots are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw pulled in by Aguilar.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 36 yards on the play.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots.
Hunter Henry. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Patriots get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as they continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Play action. Now Jackson.
Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to the end zone real fast.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game defensively when you've got the coverage good.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Ravens look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Tucker with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Now Jones. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And now here is another interception.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Brandon Stevens.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. Tucker now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one. And in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football.
And my goodness, another interception.
Jones picked by a familiar face, his Bama teammate Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
The Jackson going to hold on to it again. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything.